All right, just as a quick mic check, I'm going to have you start by saying and spelling your first and last name for me.
Okay, right now?
Yep.
Quintin Ross, Quintinross.
Good deal. All right, small step to your right, to your left.
Right there?
Good, perfect.
All right.
I just didn't want that goalpost sticking out of your head.
Yeah.
All right, so first and foremost, can I get a recap of last season out of your eyes?
Last season was pretty good growing-wise. We had a bunch of young kids playing big roles, sophomores and juniors playing big roles last year. Didn't win as many games as we wanted to, but we got a lot of playing time for our younger kids, so they learned a lot, and hopefully they step up this year.
Good deal. What did you guys learn last year?
Last year we learned that we can't just rely on the run game all the time. Last year we ran the ball about 95% of the game, and it wasn't working out, so now we got to realize we got to start passing more, get the ball in the air.
Good deal. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you can just look at me throughout the interview. We're
okay.
like this camera's not even here.
Oh, okay. Okay,
so, where did you see your game improve the most from last year to now?
Honestly, this off season when we were in the weight room, I was in there basically the whole summer. I was just working out a lot, grinding with all my seniors and all them. So I think I got a lot faster and a lot stronger, and hopefully I perform better.
Now, are you on both sides of the ball, or just one side?
I'm on offense and defense.
Offense and defense.
Yep.
So what are your positions for each?
For offense, I play wide receiver, and defense, I play cornerback.
Okay, so let's start on the offensive side. What do you like about the offense returning this year?
The offense returning this year is about 100% different from last year. Most of the time, we're going to be throwing the ball up in the air, hopefully get some deep routes, so we can hit more people all day instead of handing the ball off to the same guy all night. So,
as a wide receiver, how much does that new play scheme excite you?
It excites me a lot, actually, because I know I'm going to be getting the ball a lot more than I did last year. I think I got a good amount last year, but now I'm going to be getting it a lot more, so hopefully I get some more yards and more touchdowns.
What about on the defensive side? What do you like?
Defense, we're going to be a lot better because we spread our defense out a little more, so we got not as big guys on the front, with smaller slider guys, so everything's faster paced and just moving quicker, and I like that.
What is it going to take to get you guys where you want to be by the end of the season?
It's going to take a lot of hard work and effort from everybody, not just one or two people. It's going to have to be everybody, every single practice, every single game, busting their butt, doing whatever they can to get wins.
Coming in as a freshman now to your senior year, looking back, how have you grown as a player?
I've grown a lot through like a leadership and effort, I'd say. When I was younger, I wouldn't really talk much because I didn't really know my place, but these guys helped me open up to myself, open up to my teammates, and now I feel like I'm a big captain and a good leader for the team.
Now, we're a week away from week one. It's right around the corner. What excites you about this season?
Everything, honestly, mostly the fact that we're hoping to get a lot more wins this year, go out and hit somebody for real. I'm just excited to get to play this year.
What does this senior year mean to you?
It means a lot. It's my last year, so I know I need to give every ounce of energy I have, 110%, every single rep, every single game.
What's going to be the key to victory this year for Prairie Heights?
Not quitting after halftime, because usually the score is usually a lot higher, not in our favor. So if we just keep our heads up, go in close at halftime, keep our heads up, and win a couple games, that'd be great.
Good deal. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, all good.
All right, that's it. Brightens you up.
Yeah.
And then throughout the interview, you can just look at me. Cool? So first and foremost, just as a quick mic check, I'll have you start by saying and spelling your first and last name. And you're good to go.
Lukesevere.
Luke?
Yep.
All right. So Luke, first and foremost, can I get a recap of last season from your eyes?
Last year we had a lot of mistakes and things that we could have done better. A lot of little things. Our offense wasn't bad, but we just had so many little mistakes that the defense could catch on to it so much. It just wasn't working for us.
Good deal. And then throughout this interview, you can just look at me. So where did you see yourself grow the most from last year to now?
I think where I grew the most is when I started playing, or when I came in to play the first week of my varsity experience, I guess, against Fremont, where I started to kind of pick up as a quarterback and kind of just learn what I could actually be capable of doing, and that kind of helped me progress through the 4 games or 5 games that I got to play.
What was it about that game that it sticks out to you as that was a turning point for you?
It was just the experience that I had to play varsity for the first time for like a full game, and it let me know how much different it is coming up as a backup quarterback coming up to the starting level.
You know, getting just like you said, getting up to that starting level in varsity. What's different about the game, from your opinion?
The defenses are a lot bigger than they are in JV, and everybody it's just the next level of football.
This seems like maybe a repetitive question, but just in a little bit of a different way. What did you learn getting under center and actually taking some varsity reps? What did that teach you about now coming into this year, going to be playing a full season at starting quarterback?
It just taught me we're gonna have to man up a lot more because our offense should be good this year. So I just gonna have to man up a lot more and learn a lot more about the defense and try to get the best opportunity for our offense as we can.
What excites you about this offense this year?
It's a lot different than it was last year, and we're looking pretty good at running it right now. So I'm hoping that we can go out on the Friday nights and perform it very well.
You know, seems like in this offense you're going to be able to air it out a lot more than in years past. Sorry, for some reason ESPN was playing. Seems like you're going to be airing it out a lot more in this offense. What do you think about that new playing style?
I like it a lot more because now it kind of gives me the freedom to kind of either run the ball or throw the ball, do what I need to do in the backfield, and kind of just call whatever needs to be called or by what the defense is showing us.
Now, Luke, are you on both sides of the ball, or are you just quarterback?
No, I'm mainly just playing quarterback.
Mainly just playing quarterback. Okay, so what is it going to take to get Prairie Heights to where you want it to be by the end of the season?
I think it's just going to take a lot of hard work and leadership just to push us more and more each week to get to where we want to be.
How many seniors returned this year?
At least five to eight seniors, I believe, somewhere in that range.
Where are they coming back at? Like, what positions are they coming in?
On offense, mainly our backfield and our receivers is mainly seniors, and then our DBs and safeties are mainly seniors.
And then, are you a senior or a junior?
No, I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay, so junior's a very important year, as far as going to the next level. What do you hope to get out of this season?
I'm just hoping that we can get this team to where it needs to be and where it should have been the last 5 to 6 years.
And where is that?
I'm hoping to get up to the conference championship level and the winning seasons and the sectional championship level.
For somebody who might not be familiar with Prairie Heights and what your program is about, why should teams be putting you guys on their radar for this year?
Because we've been working really hard in the off season, and the way we've been playing right now is really it's the next level compared to last year's level. So we should be pretty stellar this year.
Week 1 is right around the corner. What are the thoughts about the 2020 season?
I'm really excited for it to be here. I just hope we get to play it all, and we should be really good in this season and next. So,
good deal. What's going to be the key to Prairie Heights having a winning season?
Like I said earlier, just a lot of leadership and hard work, dedication to our game and both sides of the ball, and just cutting out the little mistakes would be a lot more key. So.
Good deal. Luke, is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, I think that's good.
Dude, killed it.
What a drive. Good.
All right, man, just as a quick mic check, I'll have you start by saying and spelling your first and last name for me.
All right. My name is Storm Chaffee, STORMCHAFFEE.
How did you get the name, Storm?
Literally, I was born in a storm.
Really?
And my sister's name is Melody, and they couldn't find out a name. They were like, hey, I like this song. And then the nurse came in, and they were like, let's just name her Melody. They're like, good idea. So, Storm and Melody.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know. Well, it's not much of a story. I mean, I wish it would have been like, oh, yeah, I was born in Hurricane Katrina, and, I had, 4 family members die, and it was an honor. Nope, just born in a regular old storm down here in Indiana.
Good deal. So first and foremost, can I get a recap of last season from your eyes?
Last season in a recap. Okay, it was definitely a challenge. We had some new coaches coming in, but we still had that bond and relationship that we were going with. That 2 wins, it was kind of rough, but it's still a good start from what we have been in past years. It's a sad thing to lose our seniors since we were so close to each other, but now since it's time to move on, I'm definitely positive that we have the team to do it. And just the team chemistry feels a lot more stronger than it did last year.
Good deal. Good deal. So you had said that last year, even though it was 2 wins, it was still an improvement of where you guys had been. What is it going to take to keep progressing forward?
It's going to take a lot of positivity. It's going to take a lot more players to be willing to come out Right now we're still kind of low on numbers, maybe 30 to 40, but we would like to see that 50 number. And, you know, the more people we get out, the more positions that can be filled, the more people that can be taken off and on the field. But the big thing is making sure you have that teammate chemistry and making sure that everybody's willing to work with each other.
Good deal. Where did you see yourself improve from last year to now?
I've seen myself improve more as an intelligence football IQ, I guess you could say. I now know where a quarterback would likely throw the ball more than where he would like run the ball than I did last year. I was more a follower, I guess it was last year, and I followed Ethan Hoover, who was a great football player. So I learned from the best in my eyes, and I'm now looking forward to seeing what this season can take me.
Good deal. Now, what is a goal for you this season? Learning what you learned last year, how do you want to apply it to this year?
A good goal for me is I want to get a lot more interceptions than I did last year. I want to be able to get not as many tackles, because as a safety, your D-line should be able to get those tackles and get you through. But at the end of the season, I want to be seen as not only a teammate but a friend to my teammates. I want to be seen as a good kid to my coaches, and I want to be seen as an awesome football player.
That's awesome. Now, getting Prairie Heights to where you want them to be by the end of the season, what is that going to take?
It's going to take a lot of hard work and dedication. It's going to take a lot of running. It's going to take a lot of new things, getting used to, maybe some new positions, maybe some things kids aren't used to. But that's the thing. It's football, and you never know where you're going to play, and you're never going to know what you're going to experience. But, I mean, it's football, and it's high school. Make the most out of it and enjoy it.
What is the goal for Prairie Heights this year?
The goal, I'd say, this year is to win more than 2 games, but we should definitely have at least maybe 5 to 6 wins. Our schedule's looking a lot easier this year, and I'm just ready to go hit some people.
Good deal. Are you a senior?
I am a senior, yeah.
All right. So looking back as a freshman, it probably seems like so long ago, right?
Yeah.
Growing up through this program, and now you're a senior. How have you seen yourself grow as a player from then to now?
I won't be the first one to say it, but I was definitely an aggressive twerp as a freshman. I was very angry. I let my anger get the best of me. I didn't want to listen to coaches. I didn't care what they had to say. But as the years progressed, I matured, and making a close family type of bond with my coaches really improved how I see things, not only as a player but as a person. And I feel like I have mellowed out a lot more, and I can now treat business like normally, I guess, instead of taking it overly aggressive and just going as a bull in a china shop.
Good deal. Now, you had mentioned making the most out of this year. As a senior, what does that mean to you?
With all the stuff that's going on in the world today, you never know when's going to be your last practice, when your last game is, and make sure that you're having fun. You're still in high school. You know, you're not going to see these people when you have a new career or maybe you move to somewhere else. Make sure you have fun, be happy, enjoy the little things in life. As a senior, football was something I always look forward to. Seeing my friends on the football field, maybe even if I had a bad day at school, maybe if I had a bad day at home, I just get to see my boys on the field, and that's all that really mattered to me.
Awesome. Final question I think I have for you is, week 1 is a week away, right around the corner.
Yeah,
what is exciting you about the 2020 season?
What is it? Very exciting to see how many numbers we can put up this year. I feel like in the past years, everybody's been like, oh, Prairie Heights is just going to be a strong, like slowly competitive team. They're not going to put a lot of points on the board. But this year, I feel like we're definitely going to have an offensive grip on things, and we're going to be putting up some high numbers.
Good deal. Anything else you want to
add? No, I don't think so.
Cool. Killed it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Coach, just as a quick mic check, I'll have you start by saying and spelling your first and last name for me.
Okay. Pat McCrea, PATMCCREA.
Cool. And then you can just look at me throughout the
Okay.
interview. So, Coach, first and foremost, can you give me a recap of last season just from your eyes?
So, yeah, last season we ended up 2-9. That wasn't definitely where we wanted to be at the end of the year. You know, we thought we had a good shot at possibly making 500 if we stayed healthy and things went our way. For the most part, you know, we stayed healthy, but we had some issues along the way. You know, red zone, you know, we'd get in the red zone and we'd stall drives out or have a turnover. And, that all comes from being undisciplined, and we had some issues in that area, and those are things that we're focusing on to try and correct this year as a coaching staff and as with our leaders on the team. Reminding them that they need to help keep everybody stay disciplined.
Good deal. Now, who are some of those leaders on the team this year?
Quintin Ross, Gavin Culler, they're a couple of our seniors, and they're both really stepped up. Quintin's really stepped up as far as leadership and doing things off the field and on the field. And then they're seniors. We have some younger guys too who take on that responsibility. Cody Melson on the offensive line, one of those kids who just gets after it, grinds, never complains, does his job. When he makes a mistake, he owns it, and those are the kind of things that we need to build on.
Good deal. You had mentioned health last season, and health was a big factor of trying to have a winning season. It looks like this year the numbers, you're wanting to get a little bit higher, so health is still an important factor right now, keeping these guys healthy. But what else is going to go into getting back to a winning season type of way?
Well, like I said, on the field, game nights, being disciplined. The Fremont game last year, hats off to them. They were the better team than us that night, but we killed ourselves with penalties and turnovers in that game. And those are things that are just hard to recover. When you can't get out of your own way, it's hard to recover from that and get a W.
Now let's talk about Luke for a second. He comes in under center this year, his first full year starting at quarterback. What are you looking from him this season after seeing a couple of games out of him last year?
So what we're looking for him is mental maturity, making decisions on the field. And Luke, he's got a good arm. He can sling that ball, but he's got to mentally make better decisions with the ball in his hands and cut back on the interceptions and just also looking for him to step up more as a leader on the team and assert himself.
Some of the guys were telling me that there's going to be a little bit of an air raid in this offense this year. So how has this offense changed from last season, and what are you excited about?
They like to think big, I guess. We're going to try and utilize the passing game to help our running game. That's really the ultimate goal. We've struggled in both of those a little bit in the past, and it's just another tool in the box that can help our team as a whole in all facets of the game be better.
What about on the defensive side? What are you liking out of this defense so far?
Well, we got a lot of kids who are pretty decent athletes, like to fly to the ball and just get after it, and they love to get fired up hitting people. So I think that's what I'm looking for on the defense. And we got to create turnovers defensively. That's something that can help our offense out big time. Momentum shifts. We got to get our guys where, they're making good tackles, big hits, but getting turnovers and making things happen too.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit, but just overall, what is it going to take to get Prairie Heights to where you want them to be by the end of the season?
The biggest thing is stay focused, and that falls hand in hand with the discipline. When you lose focus, you lose your discipline, you lose all of your technique and all the thought process that you've got into getting somewhere. And so it's staying focused, staying healthy. That's a big one for us. We've got, we're setting about 32 kids on our roster, but however, we'll only have potentially one sophomore starting this year. So for us, that is something that is kind of unheard of. We usually start pretty heavy with our sophomores, and about even number with juniors and seniors. But this year we'll have potentially one sophomore starting.
So very upperclassmen heavy this year, right?
Yeah.
So it's been a while since Prairie Heights has had a winning season. What would a winning season and maybe even a nice run into the playoffs mean for Prairie Heights?
That would be huge. That's one thing I can say about our community and our school. We always have a really good following here on Friday nights. The fans come out and support us no matter what. They love our kids, and we appreciate everything and love them back. But you would see. I mean, if we got to 500 and then going into the playoffs, I mean, this place would be really crazy, and it'd be fun.
Good deal. Week 1's right around the corner. It's a week away. Can you believe it?
I know, it's crazy. Finally.
You're right. I mean, going into that, what excites you about the 2020 season?
You know what? Walking onto that field. I mean, that's just the first thing. Walking out there. And smelling that grass and seeing both teams warming up, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the kids. It makes me want to get out there and hit somebody. Kind of relive my glory days, I guess, if you will. But it's just seeing the kids have fun playing a game that they love. I'm excited for them.
Good deal, Coach. Anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so.
All right.